Welcome along to match day 2 in the Dritte Liga. A fantastic atmosphere at Munich 1860 as they are taking on Osnabrück this afternoon. The second game of the season, both of these sides with 1 point after the first game of the year. A very strange first match day where there were more draws than any other result. So everybody is locked in that mid-table on 1 point. So today, 1860 München versus Osnabrück at the Grunewalder Strasse Stadium, and two very lively sets of fans. This is the home team lineup for Munich 1860. It's unchanged from the side that drew 1-1 on their first day of the season away at Rot-Weiss Essen. And again, all eyes will be on Kevin Volland, their new star signing. And as for Osnabrück, they make one change. Bernd Rieselmann is in up front. He's in for Gogoadze. But everybody else is the same from their first game of the season, which again was a draw, 0-0 at home to Alemannia Aachen. So yet to get off the score sheet this season are Osnabrück, but they'll be hoping they can do that this afternoon and shuffle their way up the order in these early stages. Beautiful weather today in Munich, and the players now heading out onto the pitch. Of course, Munich led by their captain Jesper Verlat, and they today will be in the white and blue stripes, and in the dark purple colour will be Osnabrück. And there is Kevin Volland walking out. He missed training in the start of the week, did Volland. It was a pretty brutal bus ride, actually. They were away at Rot-Weiss Essen on the opening day. It took them 10 hours each way to get from Munich up to Essen. So as a result, Kevin Volland in particular took training a little easy at the start. And he started his career, did Kevin Volland, here at Munich 1860 before moving on to his illustrious career at Hoffenheim, then by Leverkusen, Monaco, and the last 2 years with Union Berlin. But he's now back in Munich, where it all started. So can he be the inspiration this afternoon? 15 caps and 1 goal for Germany in his career, Kevin Volland. It'll be Yannick Müller who will be leading Osnabrück on the right-hand side. Timo Garach is the referee, assisted by Alexander Sater and Patrick Kessel. Fourth official today, Manuel Bergman. But as ever, superb atmosphere at the Grunewalder Strasse. Both of these sides looking to get their first victory of the season. Osnabrück looking for their first goal of the season as well. As again, both sides look to try and get back up to Bundesliga 2. Osnabrück finished 14th in the Dritte Liga last year, having been relegated the year before. There is Niederlechner, number 7. He scored on his debut in the last game against Rot-Weiss Essen. New signing from Hertha. The Osnabrück fans are in force as well, in what is set to be a really great fixture between these two big German clubs. Tim Danoff will be the right back there. The coaches for both sides, Munich 1860 looked after by Patrick Glockner, and Timo Schultz will be in charge of Osnabrück. So we're underway. 1860 Munich in the blue and white stripes, playing from left to right. In the deep purpley grey, it is Osnabrück playing from right to left. And a very early free kick given against Fridolin Wagner. Lots of new signings for Osnabrück over the summer period. A few of whom start today. Manuel Pfeiffer over on that left wing back position. That's flicked on. Trying to find Volland. Goes back out for another throw-in. There is the Osnabrück coaching team, Timo Schultz, who took over in the summer. Schultz, and there's a yellow card already for Tore Jakobsen. So just a minute and 10 seconds in, and Jakobsen finds himself in the book. He's got a long way to go now. The centre midfield, oh, he has gone in a bit high, hasn't he? But Mr. Garach straight in with the yellow card. And a chance for Osnabrück to put the ball into a dangerous area. It was Brian Henning who was felled by Jakobsen. Karademir knocks it back to Yannick Müller. Müller plays it straight out of play. Taken quickly, the cross comes in and it's well dealt with by Lucas Jonsson. They can't keep hold of the ball, Osnabrück, here, can they? No foul given. And that's a good ball around the corner. Picking out David Kopacz. Kopacz down the line now to Rieselman. Rieselman plays it inside. The pass is a little bit behind Brian Henning. But Karademir was coming in to deal with it. Karademir again. And that's a heavy touch from Pfeiffer. Manages to... No, he doesn't manage to keep it in. Flag is up from the assistant referee. Fantastic atmosphere from both sides of this stadium. Jesper Verlat, there, the captain of Munich 1860, his fourth year now in the capital. Ball over the top is dealt with and played back. Neither side able to really get a foot on the ball at the moment, are they? Pfeiffer plays it down the line. This is Niederlechner. Niederlechner's well tackled. Well, no, he's not. Referee gives the foul in the end against Sigit Karademir. Looked like it was a fair... Well, he just stood his ground, didn't he? Got a touch on the ball, but the free kick is given against Karademir. And this will be the first real set piece of danger. It's Tunay Denitz standing over it, as well as Tore Jakobsen. Looks like it's going to be Jakobsen to swing this in, an outswinger with his left foot. 3 assists last year, Jakobsen. Comes out to Danhoff. Wasn't really troubling Jonsson in the Osnabrück goal. Taken very quickly, though, that goal kick from Jonsson. An air kick from Wagner. A scooped clearance from Dulic. Hits the head of Jakobsen. Very scrappy opening 6 minutes. Henning in the end can bring it out. Plays it into Christensen. And that's a heavy touch in the middle of the park, and possession changes hands again. Frenetic pace, isn't it? Wagner. There's a driving run and a little trip. Referee says no foul. That allows Siemens Vogt to bring it out. Haugen. Haugen looks to have started on the left-hand side with Niederlechner on the right-hand side of the kind of front three. Kevin Volland sitting in behind. Patrick Glockner there, took over in January for Munich 1860. Thomas Dana takes his time before sending it long. Didn't get much distance on that, did he? And now here's Bernd Rieselmann. Rieselmann with the cross. Straight into the hands of Dana. Rieselmann on that right wing, the only change from the 0-0 draw at home to Alemannia Aachen. And the referee gives handball against Niederlechner. He thought he was fouled by Niklas Wiemann. Wagner. Karademir. Karademir again. Had the best chance of the game, really, in that 0-0 draw with Aachen, did Jigit Karademir. Couldn't find the back of the net with his header. And that's gone out for a throw into Munich. It's calmed down a little, isn't it? Neither side getting a foot on the ball, really, or control of the ball, I should say, but the intensity's dropped a little, and the referee does give that foul. Again against Karademir. And now the referee wants it back for a... He wasn't ready for the free kick to be taken, and he's yellow carded Karademir. So 2 yellow cards in the first 9 minutes here. I mean, Kevin Volland is looking for that, isn't he? And I don't think that by itself is a booking, but that is the second foul from Jigit Karademir today. Picked up 3 yellow cards last season, the 21-year-old from Turkey. Another delivery, and it's in towards the near post. And there's the opening goal. And a first goal back at Munich 1860 for Kevin Volland. He won the free kick. He's converted the clever set piece. And Munich have the lead within 10 minutes. Beautiful play. A little dinked ball in. And Volland all by himself still had a lot to do and actually got a pretty hefty nudge in the back. But he still managed to wrap his left foot around it despite the pressure from Patrick Kammerbauer there. Kammerbauer giving him a big old nudge. But it's looped in, and Kevin Volland scores for Munich 1860. Amazing atmosphere. That's his first goal since 2012 for 1860 Munich. "13 years. He was just 20 when he left this club to move up to the Bundesliga. And if he wasn't a cult hero already. Well, that's a loose pass. Brian Henning picks it up. What have Osnabrück got now in response? Verlat. Jakobsen. Across to Simon Zvot, who's a new signing this season from Slovan Bratislava. Dulic. Happy to calm the play down now, aren't they? Little chip ball over from Tunay Denic. Denic it was, by the way, who got the assist on that set piece. And the foul given against Florian Niederlechner. Well, perfect start for Patrick Glockner's side. Now, was Volland offside? I think in the land of VAR, that goal is probably getting ruled out. But it was very tight. No VAR in the German third division, of course. Now Osnabrück with a chance to try and get into this game a little bit. It was pretty even until the goal. Here's Nicholas Wiemann. Swings it in. It runs all the way through. Kopacz. Some nice interplay, and Osnabrück have the throw down there on the far side. How the 1860 Munich fans would love a promotion back to Bundesliga 2. This is their 8th season in the Dritte Liga. That is, of course, having come up from the regionals after that torrid spell. And that is now released. Big opportunity here. It's Sigurd Haugen. He's been caught. He's still going, and it's saved by Jonsson. Suddenly he was all by himself, Sigurd Haugen, but to be fair to Yannick Müller and Nicholas Wiemann, they got back very quickly indeed. That's a big switch of play, well kept in by Fredrik Christensen. Wagner spreads the play out to Kammerbauer. Kammerbauer, who spent last season at Verl, but has been signed now by Osnabrück. Wiemann. Christensen delivers. It's brought down. Henning, oh, it just ran away from Henning. He said it for Kammerbauer, but wouldn't fall for Kammerbauer either. Karadimir recycles possession. Müller. As I say, disappointing season for Osnabrück last year, but now under the guide of Timo Schulz, they'll be hoping to have a better season. Been an interesting managerial career for Schulz. Was at St. Pauli for a couple of years and did a pretty good job. Moved to Basel, but wasn't there for very long. And then a brief spell at FC Cologne as well. Now here's a look at it again, and he did, well, it was a tricky one, wasn't it, for Haugen? Got in behind, had a lot of space, but could never quite run onto the ball as he wanted. In the end, he had two players back with him. Here is Haugen again. Jakobsen to Tim Danhoff. Second season for Tim Danhoff with 1860 Munich after signing from Auer. Jakobsen back inside to Verlat. And Munich have played their way out of this very nicely indeed, and there's the through ball. Keeper's come a long way and done a good job. Lukas Jonsson getting there before Florian Niederlechner. Then it's Jakobsen. Was really on his toes there, Lukas Jonsson, wasn't he? The 32-year-old Swede. Second season with Osnabrück after signing from Vendischel in Denmark. Kevin Volland demanding more from his teammates. He has given them the lead in the 10th minute of the game. What of Patrick Glockner's team got in response? Sorry, what of Timo Schulz's team got in response? Here's Kammerbauer. Well, clever little flick from Bernd Rieselmann, but no one else was quite on the same brainwave as the 19-year-old who spent last year on loan and has returned to the side today, his first start, and that's come off Karadimir and out for a corner for Munich, which Tunay Denitz will come over to take. In front of the Osnabrück fans over there on the right-hand side. Big cluster of Munich players just on the edge of the penalty spot as Denitz will deliver. It's a looping delivery, it bounces down and eventually it's hacked away. Denitz will now try the long throw. And it's flicked on by Verlat to the far post, and scrabbling for it is Niederlechner. Comes out for the long-range effort from Pfeiffer. Ball comes back in and eventually the foul is given against Sigurd Hagen. But this was the chance. Look, Verlat wins the flick on. And there's a bit of a scramble and some sort of on-the-floor football played by Niederlechner and Karadimir. Certainly Munich 1816 having the better of the chances, aren't they? Osnabrück yet to really create anything. Can that change now? Got players coming forward, but Munich have men back. Here's Henning. Henning still going, but he had two players around him, couldn't do anything with it. Christensen heads it in again, but it's out by Tunay Denitz. Kammerbauer. Henning. Deep delivery from Henning, and it goes beyond anyone in the middle, and the referee gives a free kick there against Christensen. And the brief spell of Osnabrück pressure ends. Wasn't subtle. Volland. Pfeiffer with a first-time delivery, and Haugen couldn't quite get a foot on it. What a great ball in that was from Manuel Pfeiffer. Out of nowhere, really. And centimetres away. Sigurd Haugen from managing to put that one in the back of the net. A new signing from Aarhus in Norway. Having been on loan at Hansa Rostock last season. Scored 10 goals in 32 games for Hansa Rostock. As the players take a little water break on what is a very warm day in Munich. (31 degrees). So just a little bit of a chance for the players to get some shade and get some hydration. And then back on the pitch for the remainder of this first half. They'll be pretty satisfied with the first 23 minutes of this match. No attempts on goal for Osnabrück. One goal scored by that man, Kevin Volland, for Munich 1860. Apart from that, they've had 4 total shots and a corner. Don't think we need to worry about hydration with that set of fans. So Osnabrück to take the goal kick, to try and build a little, and get themselves a foothold in this match. Ball's been given away already, and Tim Danoff sends it back from where it came. Last time these two teams met was the 29th of March, and Osnabrück were at home, and it was a 1-0 victory for them. Simakala getting the goal on that occasion. Little turn from Wagner in the middle of midfield. But Munich 1860, although they're not doing a high press, it's certainly intense whenever someone gets the ball in this final third. Christensen trying to make the run to wriggle away, but the tackle is made. Wiemann gets a foot in. Nicholas Wiemann in his 4th season with Osnabrück. Verlat. Oof. And that is Kevin Volland, who might find himself in the book as well. Yep, that's a third booking. And I think he accepts that one by the looks of things. Went to clear the ball, but I think it was Kammerbauer who just got there first. And no real doubts about that one. So 3 bookings now in the opening 27 minutes. Volland, the goal scorer, finds himself in Herr Gerak's book as well. Karademir. Interestingly, it's Osnabrück who've had more of the ball in this first half. Just created nothing from it so far. Henning gives it away there. Denitz. Well, Hauger tried to turn it round the corner, and there's a bit of a shove in the back from Tunay Denitz, and a free kick now in a dangerous position for Osnabrück. It was Lars Kell who was driving through and got a shove in the back, positioned his body in order to get that shove in the back, but a free kick nevertheless. And it is Kell standing over it. Seven goals last season in 34 appearances, 8 assists for Lars Kell. Osnabrück yet to get off the mark this season. Looks like he's going to go for it, doesn't he? It's very central and quite a long way out. Drills it low, and Thomas Dahner read it. And the new signing from Holstein Kiel made it look fairly comfortable in the end. Kammerbauer with the foul on Pfeiffer. Denitz. Lovely touch from Kevin Volland. Just the way he brought that down was phenomenal. And he's still going here, and he threads it through beautifully, and across comes Karademir to do well. Got there just ahead of Manuel Pfeiffer. And it'll be a Tunay Denitz long throw. Up comes Jesper Verlat from the back. He got the flick on last time, which led to that little scramble for Niederlechner. And you presume that the Munich number 4 will be the target again. He is, it goes over his head. Karademir nods it on, and again it's Niederlechner in there. And now a bit of a chance. Here's Lars Kell. Spreads that very nicely for Patrick Kammerbauer. Charging forward on the right. Kammerbauer delivers, punched away by Dahner. Then the shot fired in by Christensen. Henning is challenged by Danhoff. That's a bit better from Osnabrück, a bit of urgency. Here is Christensen again, and he's fouled by Denitz. Not really much question about that one. So another chance for Osnabrück set-piece delivery. Kell and Christensen over the ball. And it's a set piece off the training ground that comes out to Henning. Kammerbauer. Just wide from Patrick Kammerbauer. I think Dana might have got a hand on that. He did. Looked like it was going wide, but Dana had to turn it around the post to be sure. Only one goal last season for VfL, for Patrick Kammerbauer. In fact, he's only scored one goal since 2019. So it would have been a rare one. But he's now going to take the corner for Osnabrück as they finally put a bit of pressure on Munich 1860. Kammerbauer with the delivery. It's high towards the far post and it's hacked away by Kevin Volland. Kammerbauer will go across to take the throw-in now. Having taken the set piece on this left-hand side, he's now gone over to take the throw-in on the right-hand side. It's a poor touch from Yannick Müller, it was, who'd come forward. Verlat beats Henning to the ball. Müller nods it down for Karadimir. Back inside for Müller, and nicely played out there with Wiemann. Here's David Kopacz, who we haven't seen much of today, really. Christensen, Kopacz makes the block. Again, Munich able to deal with it, although the clearance from Verlat is a little weak. Rieselman tries to turn, but it's hacked away by Sean Dulwich. "12 minutes to go until half-time. Foul throw against Frederik Christensen, on loan from Norway for the season. Here's Danhoff. He hasn't got forward much in this match so far, has he, Tim Danhoff? But he's on the charge now and wins the throw-in off Christensen, which will give Tunay Denitz another opportunity for a long one into the box. Big long throw from Denitz. The flick on is not quite there. Jakobsen knocks it back in. The shot comes in, appeals for handball. Jakobsen blocked. And Danhoff gets there to win another throw-in, which Denitz will deliver again. Real scramble. Another long throw to cause trouble. Verlat with the header. The ball drops in there. And it was Siemens Vogt who had the swing at it this time and wins a corner. That Was it headed in by Jakobsen? It bounced down for Vogt, who took a shot that was blocked. Jakobsen took a shot that was blocked. It's very much all 1860 at the moment. Jakobsen and Denitz are standing over the set piece. But it will be Denitz to take it. Outswinger from this right-hand side. Goes all the way through, and it's another corner. Deep, and it's headed for another corner. It was Sigurd Haugen who won the ball. And it was Karadimir who made the block. Referee just asking the substitutes to move back a little bit. Tore Jakobsen with the delivery. Sigurdsson was waiting. Hacked in by... And is it going all the way through? Not quite. It's back across the face. A goal and a spectacular kick. Offside's given. The flag's up. Sigurd Haugen threw himself in the air. And that was after Kevin Volland had tried a fairly spectacular hooked effort as well. Here was Volland's approach, the little hook in. Not quite sure who was offside, and that was a nice effort from Haugen. Yeah, I don't know who, maybe it wasn't an offside decision. I'm not sure what the whistle went for, but the ball went over the bar anyway. Right, Osnabrück need to recover from this big amount of pressure, and Lars Kell now has got in and goes for the long-range effort and forces a corner. Osnabrück responding perfectly there. Thomas Danner managed to make the save fairly comfortably, but he needed to be alert after a lot of pressure from 1860 Munich. Osnabrück now have the chance from a corner to try and find some kind of leveller. Corner swung in, came off Volland, and Kell with the shot, but went wide. Would have been tough to get through all of those players. Didn't connect with it too badly, but kind of kicked it into the ground. Lucas Jonsson to take this free kick. Verlat deals with it. Flicked on by Volland. Denitz. And is that going to not quite make it through? Denitz picks it up though and tried to play it on for Haugen. Good running from Denitz and wins the throw. Always gives everything, doesn't he, Tunay Denitz? His second year this with Munich 1860. Scored 6 goals last year after a couple of years at Hallischer, a couple of years at Offenbach. now another long throw from the man who assisted the only goal of the game so far. Keeper came, then went back. Velat flicks it on and is off the post and finished. It's the second goal in 2 games for Florian Niederlechner. The new signing has scored in both of his Munich 1860 appearances now. With 4 minutes to go before half-time, it's 1860 Munich 2, Osnabrück 0. Another dangerous throw from Dennis. Velat won the flick on again, and it was headed against the post actually by Kevin Volland. He nearly had his second goal of the game, but it landed perfectly for Florian Niederlechner. And he had no trouble converting that one. Six goals last year in Bundesliga 2 for Florian Niederlechner. And now he's got 2 in the Dritte Liga in 2 games. Signed on a free transfer. A lot of money has gone for Florian Niederlechner in the past. Mainz bought him off Freiburg for €2.5 million. Osnabrück coming up the other end and not able to do anything about it. Although they've got the ball back straight away. Turned around the corner, but the pass is short. Here's Niederlechner again, the run coming through the middle, and that's a great ball, trying to fly it in Sigurd Haugen. Haugen sets it up, but it's well challenged. Good defending from Kammerbauer. Now this is for Jesper Velat to deal with, up against Bernd Rieselmann. Rieselmann gets past him. Rieselmann wins the corner. Two minutes till the break. 1860 Munich are 2-0 up. Kammerbauer and Christensen over by the corner. Delivered by Kammerbauer. Ball bounces all the way through, and there was a foul in the middle. Velat taken out by Niklas Wiemann. And the chance goes begging for Osnabrück. Couldn't quite, oh well, it looked like Velat went down separate of Wiemann, and then Wiemann kind of piled in on top of him accidentally. Karadimir lets it go out for a throw-in. Which Kammerbauer will take to try and get Osnabrück out of that corner. Three minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Velat won the ball. Little lofted ball in, and Haugen trying to get on the end of it. Very well dealt with by Wiemann to nod it back to Johnson. He's looked dangerous today, hasn't he, Sigurd Haugen? On another day, could have a goal or two. Karadimir. It's a nice ball in behind. Picked up by David Kopac. The pass from Kopac is a little bit behind Wagner. They still have the ball though, Osnabrück, and the dive in goes nowhere from Simons Votes. It comes all the way through, but the little flick, not enough power on it at all by Bernd Rieselmann. Well, a good first half for Patrick Glockner. Less positive for Timo Schulz. Always a tough place to come, of course, the Grunwalder Strasse, but Osnabrück haven't really got into the game at all. Denitz with a lovely little turn. Whenever they get the ball, Osnabrück, there's not that much of an outlet, is there? Here's Kopac having to run from the centre of the pitch to the left himself. Eventually arriving is Christensen. Karadimir. Wagner. That's a good ball in. Oh, and the touch is poor from Kopac. Very good vision from Fridolin Wagner. Nicely done by Pfeiffer. Jakobsen knocks it back to Vogt. Inside for Denitz. 30 seconds of this first half to go. Dulic. Denitz with the big switch. Out to Pfeiffer. Happy to just play the ball around here, Munich, aren't they? And see their way to the end of this first half. Which ends now. Munich 1860 lead at the break. A first goal on his return for Kevin Volland. His first goal for Munich for 13 years. Niederlechner bagged a second just before half-time. And that means that at the interval, it is Munich 1862, Osnabrück 0. Dritte Liga coverage of match day 2, and it is Munich 1862, Osnabrück 0 at half time. A tricky first half for Osnabrück. Munich 1860 really bossing proceedings. Goals in the 10th minute from Kevin Volland, the returnee, and in the 41st minute by Florian Niederlechner, his second goal in 2 games for Munich. And you can see the support all around this neighborhood of the German capital as the fans wait for, well, Munich to return to the pitch, because Osnabrück are back out. And now the applause is telling you that Munich 1860 are returning to the field of play. Got a lot of work to do in the second half, Osnabrück. After that man, Niederlechner, bagged a second goal for 1860 just before the break, after Kevin Volland had scored the opener 13 years after his last goal here. So second half about to get underway. We are under the instruction of Timo Gerach. And it will be Munich attacking from right to left in this second half. No substitutions from... Well, I was just saying that, wasn't I? And then it looks like Bjarke Jakobsen has come on at half-time. The new signing from Wiesbaden. He is on for the second half for Osnabrück. I'll let you know who he's replaced. But no changes for Munich 1860. They made no changes from their last game. Both sides drawing their opening game of the season, so a win would take Munich up onto 4 points. Only Wiesbaden, Victoria Cologne and Duisburg managed to get 3 points on the opening day of the season. The referee says no foul on that time from Yigit Karademir. Pfeiffer. Back to Vogt, all the way back to Verlat. Vogt. And that's a foul as Niederlechner tried to wriggle through Kammerbauer. Dennis with a big switch. That's a... well, it wasn't a great ball. It looked like it was going to be a great ball, but just overran a little. And Tim Danhoff couldn't keep it in. Pfeiffer. Jakobsen in for Pfeiffer again. Pfeiffer was taken out a little late. Vogt leaves it in the end for Dana. ready to send one forward. But I don't think that was quite what the goalkeeper had in mind. Straight through for Lucas Jonsson in the opposite goal. Jakobsen playing in the centre of midfield. Henning's still in there as well, so it's a nice little turn from Henning, and then he's fouled by Verlat. No doubts about that one. Henning and Muller standing over this one. It's most likely to be Brian Henning to take this one, the 30-year-old. Sends it out to the right. It's beyond Karadimir, but it's also kept in by Pfeiffer, and Pfeiffer sprints away. Karadimir needs to be careful because he's already on a yellow card, but now here's Volland. Volland with the outside of his foot. What a great ball that is, and really good goalkeeping again from Lucas Jonsson. Second time in this game he's been quick off his line to get there ahead of Haugen. What a fantastic pass that was. But Lucas Jonsson got there first. Kevin Volland, well, you can just see the class, can't you? And now Tunay Deniz will head over to take the long throw. The long throws that have been causing Osnabrück so many troubles so far today. In comes another one. Verlat again wins the flick. It kind of lands behind him. Henning. He's well challenged in the end. And Munich can come back forward again. Volland. Bit of space here for Deniz. Cuts inside onto his right foot. Hacked away by Jakobsen. Deniz from long range, and that was going a long way wide. It's confirmation it is David Kopacz that Bjarke Jakobsen has come on for in the Osnabrück team. Pfeiffer. Well played. Advantage given. Niederlechner in at the near post, and there's three. Sigurd Haugen finds the back of the net. And Munich 1860 are romping away with this one. Good advantage played by the referee. Niederlechner got to the byline. And Sigurd Haugen, after squandering a few chances in the first half, finally gets his first goal for Munich 1860. There was a foul in here on Manuel Pfeiffer. He's down getting treatment. And it actually almost looked like it took a nick off Wiemann, rather than being a Haugen goal. That was where Pfeiffer's in trouble. But Sigurd Haugen makes it 3-0, although, again, Niederlechner's celebrating as if it's his own, but Haugen will claim it, I'm sure. 1860 Munich 3, Osnabrück 0. Manuel Pfeiffer looks like he's recovered. So 53 minutes played, another early goal in this half for 1860 Munich, and Osnabrück have got a really long way back now. Tore Jakobsen gets chopped down. Fridolin Wagner going in hard. Well, there was two of them, wasn't there? It was Wagner and Lars Kell. And there is a substitution now. It is Karademir coming off. And it is Robin Fabinski. Who is coming on, a new signing from Rot-Weiss Erfurt. The 21-year-old Pole. And this is his debut. Didn't come off the bench against Aachen on the opening day of the season. Erfurt in the Northern Regional Division. Osnabrück with a bit of a chance to get forward here, but it's straight into the hands of Thomas Dahne. Confirmation of the substitution, and now space for Tim Danhoff on the right-hand side. Niederlechner can't keep that in. Calmly done again from Tim Danhoff, and it'll come through to Thomas Dahne. Volat. Denitz. A lot of space for Voland, but Denitz bypasses him to find Pfeiffer on this left-hand side. Here is Voland now. The little 1-2 is cross in, and the offside flag is up against Haugen. Wagner. Fabinski. Inside to Jakobsen. And another rather aimless ball from Osnabrück. Not been a strong start to the season, hasn't it? Still yet to get off the mark in terms of goals. A home draw against Alemannia Aachen. Was a fine enough result, but actually, as we speak, Aachen are currently 3-1 down at home to Hoffenheim reserves. Here's Jakobsen going all the way back to Dahne. Getting a little bit penned in here, aren't they? Munich, but they don't quite manage to get out of it. A little flick on, and that's going to be a foul against Jesper Verlat. And a yellow card for Verlat as well. It's the 4th booking of the game. Yellow card feels a bit harsh, doesn't it? But now a free kick opportunity for Lars Kell. He tested Thomas Dana in the first half, forced him down to his left to palm the ball round the post. He and Patrick Kammerbauer are standing over this one. The Wolves in position. A chance for Osnabrück to try and get back in the game. Scuffed in, and it's a good save again. Kell forcing Dana down to his right this time. Looked like he may have got a nick or two on the way through. Kammerbauer. Here's Kammerbauer again. Knocks it back, but what a heavy touch that is from Wagner. The ball goes out for a goal kick. Here's a look at the free kick again. Maybe it didn't get a deflection. It was always curling away from goal, wasn't it? And Dana had to scramble a little. But it is Lars Kell who really has been the main threatening factor today for Osnabrück. Volland manages to get the ball out, and that's nice play. Pfeiffer gets away. And no free kick, says the referee. That's a heavy touch from Jonsson. Henning is dealt with by Verlat. Solid at the back as ever, Jesper Verlat. Scrambling around again. Jakobsen is there, and it's hammered away by Volland, but now here's Kammerbauer. Wagner lofts it in. Henning. Wagner drew it across goal. It got a little flick, and it goes out for a goal kick. Well, a bit better from Osnabrück. Nothing to get those fans too excited behind the goal, although they're doing their best, aren't they? Bernd Rieselmann, who's in the team for the first time today, first start for Osnabrück. Looks like he might be getting substituted shortly. Again, Osnabrück pushing themselves into a reasonably promising position. Free kick given. Foul by Volland. And here come Osnabrück again. Certainly enjoyed a bit more of the ball since going 3-0 down. Now whether that's them finding a bit of rhythm or whether it's Munich 1860 not pushing quite as hard. The ball's been up this right-hand side a lot more often, hasn't it? Jakobsen. Wiemann out to Christensen. That's a nice ball in for Wiemann. Stands the ball up, and the keeper's there again, drops it, and it's wide. Big chance for Bernd Rieselmann in there. Dahn came to claim. Sort of dropped it on the head of Henning, and Rieselmann couldn't react in time, and that may be his final contribution of this match. Kevin Schumacher is coming on. For Osnabrück. And it is Bernd Rieselmann coming off. Schumacher, who signed from Hansa Rostock. Well, actually, Luke Eichhorst is getting ready as well, so it could be a few changes here, and everyone's gone off for a water break, so we'll keep you updated on exactly who's coming off, because everyone's come off at the moment. Halfway through the second half, 1860 Munich winning by 3-0 against Osnabrück at the moment, so it looks as though maybe it's Fredrik Christensen who's coming off for Kevin Schumacher. And yeah, it is Rieselmann who's coming off for Luke Eichhorst. Eichhorst, who's another new signing for Osnabrück, joining from Unterhaching. There he is, the 25-year-old German, after Unterhaching got relegated last season. So the game back underway. "23 minutes remaining. That's a ball in behind immediately for Eichhorst, up against Jesper Verlat. Eichhorst gets to the byline. Verlat does well. Here's Kammerbauer. Good delivery. Far post arriving, and it's headed wide from Kevin Schumacher. Well, what a little burst of energy from the two substitutes immediately. Free kick given against Vogt, who then kicks the ball away. And what does the referee make of that? A yellow card. Fairly foolish from Simonsvoet. 25-year-old Belgian who joined from Slovan Bratislava. The foul was fair enough. The whistle goes. He knows the whistle's gone. And just flicks the ball away. 20 minutes remaining. Plus whatever stoppage time we have at the end of this game. A goal here, and maybe Osnabrück have got a way back into it. It's headed across goal, and it is straight into the hands of Thomas Dahn again. Volat. Dulic. Wasn't a great end to the season last year for Munich. Well, actually, here comes Henning. He's got Eihorst with him as well. Henning all the way. The deflection comes up, and the punch is made by Dahn. More good work in the goal from Dahn. Bounced off two Munich defenders, and then Dahn launched himself to make the stop. Kammerbauer with the throw. Denitz with the header clear, and Niederlechner goes down under that challenge from Robin Fabinski. Double substitution now for Munich. David Philipp is coming on, as is Soichiro Kazuki. And Kevin Volland is being taken off. This, his first goal back in 1860 Munich colours. The little chip ball in from Tunay Denitz. And a lovely finish that gave Munich the lead in the 10th minute. And Sigurd Haugen is the other player being swapped. On comes Soichiro Kazuki for Haugen. There is David Philipp. Came on as a substitute in the first game of the season for the last 26 minutes or so. His second year now with Munich 1860 after signing with 3 years of Victoria Cologne, and calmly done from Jesper Verlat to launch that one away. Only as far as Wagner. Nice turn from Henning. Henning sets it for Kammerbauer, and it's a good challenge from Danov. But it does go for a corner. Danov wanted a goal kick, but it was an ambitious claim. Kammerbauer over to take the corner. Oh, bounces all the way through. It looked like it was falling for Bjarke Jakobsen. Danov gets rid, although get blocked in. But obviously with every minute that ticks away, the chances of a recovery for Timo Schultz's Osnabrück get a little slimmer. Ihorst can't keep possession, although that's then given away for Wagner. Schumacher with the little flick inside. Wagner picks it up again. Nicely worked into the penalty area. Shot's deflected and it's in from Kammerbauer. Flag stays down. Osnabrück have one back with 15 minutes to go. A first goal for Osnabrück for Patrick Kammerbauer. A first goal of the season for Osnabrück. And do they have a slim chance of getting back into this Dritte Liga match? The little flicked ball through for Lars Kell. Kell flicked it back himself. Schumacher drilled it in and the deflection took it straight into the path of Patrick Kammerbauer, who tucked it home. Goals from Patrick Kammerbauer are pretty rare. He scored one goal last season. That was the only year he'd scored a goal since 2018. But immediately up the other end, Munich 1860 with a chance, but how Niederlechner unable to get onto the end of it. Nice little interplay. Henning takes it on. Spreads it out wide for Kammerbauer again. Kammerbauer tried to play it through the legs of Vogt. Oh, and that pass is poor. Nothing given. Osnabrück coming forward. The Munich 1860 fans unhappy with that challenge a few moments ago on Florian Niederlechner. And this one is given as a foul, and Niederlechner, I think, signalling for a substitution there. Here's a look at it again. I think that was a good tackle, to be fair. The referee's got that one right after the challenge from Nicholas Wiemann. Niederlechner is 34 now. After 3 years at Hertha, 4 years before that at Augsburg, 4 years before that at Freiburg. Very experienced, and he's bagged 2 goals in the Dritte Liga. Fabinski. Kammerbauer with the throw. A lot more movement going forward now from Osnabrück. Wagner plays it square. Clever little reverse pass attempted. Schumacher. Schumacher again, nice to play with Henning. Niederlechner. Sorry, that was Kazuki. David Philipp. And Niederlechner is offside. Well, if this rather miraculous comeback is to be on, Osnabrück are going to need a goal pretty soon. Frustration there from Wagner. He wants someone running in behind. But Luke Eichhorst is probably a little bit more of a target man. Than a last shoulder kind of player. Schumacher sends the delivery in, and it's shanked away by Sean Dulwich, and it's a corner for Osnabrück. 10 minutes to go. 1860 Munich 3, Osnabrück 1. Kammerbauer's over there for the delivery. In front of the Osnabrück faithful. It's whipped in, it's a real chance, and it's over the bar from point blank range from Bjarke Jakobsen. Big opportunity there. I think he's hit it down into the ground and then it's looped over. That could have been a second for Osnabrück. We've now got a double substitution as Patrick Hobsch is coming on for Florian Niederlechner. There was Niederlechner's second goal in 2 games in his time here at 1860 Munich. Patrick Hobsch coming on. Also coming on is Max Christiansen. Eight and a half minutes on the clock. Little back heel doesn't really get anywhere. Intercepted, Denitz brings it down. Little 1-2. Tried for the 1-2-3. Eichhorst. Big switch. Kammerbauer brings it down but loses the ball. It's picked up by Pfeiffer. Hobsch plays it all the way back to Thomas Dahner. Not quite sure how that wasn't a back pass there. It seemed a fairly deliberate pass back, didn't it, from Pfeiffer, but there we go. Confirmation it was Tore Jakobsen who's come off for Max Christiansen. Fairly weak effort in the end. Henning wins the flick on, but Verlat is there to send it back from where it came. Kammerbauer losing the ball in a dangerous place. Pfeiffer wriggles away. Pfeiffer still going. Real wrestles going on down there. And in the end, the ball goes out for a Munich throw-in. Patrick Hobsch getting stuck in. Hobsch in his second year with Munich 1860, 11 goals in 36 appearances last year, having signed from Unterhaching. Free kick to Osnabrück. Pfeiffer and Henning coming together. A substitution, on comes Tony Lesur. A new signing from Phoenix Lübeck is Tony Lesur, the 24-year-old Frenchman. Free kick is given. Or did the referee just stop the game for the head injury? Because Soichiro Kazuki is down, as is Bjarke Jakobsen. 4 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Osnabrück's little flurry of energy looks to have died off just a little bit. And Munich once again look fairly under control here. And Patrick Hobbs is very annoyed because he felt that Munich were in when the whistle went. And I think the referee is instructing Hobbs to give the ball back to Osnabrück. One of those where I think at a different point, or with a different game situation, there's a different outcome. Or a different level of frustration from Munich. But as it is, they're just trying to comfortably see this one out. A little flick inside, then it sends it forward. Flag stays down, now the flag goes up eventually. But it's taken too quickly for the referee Timo Gerak's liking. Flip the ball inside, but goes out for a 1860 Munich throw. Well, there have been some positives for Osnabrück in this game. They've scored a goal, which is their first goal of the season, but in general, 1860 Munich have had this one under control, and here they come again. David Philipp tries to play it through. Dulic, flag stays down. Oh, and it's across the face of goal and out. David Philipp charging through. But no one was quite with him in the middle to turn it home. It was very nicely done. Onside, I think you'd say. Don't really know if that was a cross or a shot from Philipp. I think it would have to be a cross from that angle. Schumacher with the delivery, eye-horsed at the near post, and it evades everybody. And Pfeiffer hammers it away. Hobbs goes for the challenge. Kammerbauer. Lasser is challenged. Schumacher. Lasser trying to get it onto his left foot and then unleash an effort at goal, and it goes for a corner. Can't imagine we're going to have a huge amount of stoppage time. We did have the water break, didn't we? So maybe 4 or 5 minutes. It's 6 minutes. 6 minutes of stoppage time. And the header is wide. So Jakobsen with the chance there. Flicked forward again. Lasser. Kammerbauer. That's a great interception. Munich have kept running throughout this whole game. It's been pretty impressive. Wiemann. Kammerbauer. Little lofted ball in, the flick on, and it bounces all the way through. And out for a corner, actually. So again, still a bit of a chance for Osnabrück. A slim chance, there's no point denying that. Schumacher with the delivery. Comes all the way out to Kammerbauer. Little set. And it's headed off the line, essentially. Beautiful effort from Lars Kell. A little sort of flick shot up towards the top right, and Siemens' vote was there. Chested back from Pfeiffer, very calmly indeed. And Thomas Dahner will pick it up. You have to say, with 3 minutes to go now, it's looking less and less likely for Osnabrück. There are the two goal scorers, or two of the three goal scorers, I should say. Watching on the bench. Kammerbauer. David Philipp doing well to rob Fridolin Wagner. Jakobsen. All the way back again to Dahner. Hobbs with the foul in the back. Well, the Munich 1860 fans had a bit of a rough end to last season. 2 draws and 2 defeats in their last 4 games, although they didn't really have anything to play for. 4 points from their opening 2 matches, including a win in the first home game of the season. Is going to be a strong start. Christiansen. Oh, that's a beautiful touch from Kazuki. Kazuki to absolutely make sure. Didn't quite have the pace. Well defended. The touch was sublime from Kazuki. Verlat sends it forward once again. Played along the ground. It's a nice ball. Nearly fell for Schumacher in there. Jakobsen. David Philipp cuts inside. He's fouled by Yannick Muller. Muller gets a yellow card for his troubles. Here was the chance for Kazuki. It was well defended. Good recovery from Nicholas Wiemann. And that was the reaction on the Munich bench. Yannick Muller yellow carded. A late substitution. Kilian Jakob has come on. I'm not sure he's going to get any action at all. Oh yeah, here he goes. He gets a touch of the ball. And another. But there is the full-time whistle. A strong home start to the season for 1860 Munich. Kevin Volland scoring within 10 minutes of his return to the Grunewalder Strasse. Florian Niederlechner bagged a second goal in 2 games for his new club just before half-time. And Sigurd Haugen made sure, only 52 minutes into the game, there was a consolation goal. Patrick Kammerbauer finding the back of the net. But ultimately, it's a comfortable victory for Munich 1860. It finishes Munich 1863, Osnabrück 1.